welcome to another episode of the Mighty Movie Pod. My name is Ryan.
I am Josh.
And we're back in your ear holes for another thrilling edition, episode 110. Can you believe it?
Hot dog.
Wow. Wow, that's hot dog. We did it in reverse.
We did it. We did it.
How you doing today, Josh?
I just here.
Excited about cinema?
So thrilled, dude.
This is a cinema episode.
We're talking about film.
Yeah, we talk about the last
metaphor.
The last episode, it was like IPs and nerd stuff.
Yeah.
And now we're to have one original film.
Yeah.
And one sea boot.
We got another thing.
Yeah, but you know, one is film. One's cinema and one's blockbuster cinema.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're both good.
Yes.
I don't trust people
Okay.
that are like
That's the way to start.
What's
the
your
podcast.
favorite movie? And they say fucking something stupid.
Something from Fellini.
So, yeah, they're like, oh, dude, I love. Yeah, there's some like French film or
Yeah.
I don't know,
The Red Balloon or fucking
yeah,
the one with Max von Sydow where he's playing chess with death.
yeah. You know what I mean?
It's a great movie.
Sure, but like favorite movie.
Yeah.
I could understand if you were asking somebody like, "What's the best film?" But
But
even then,
that's a different topic, dude.
I'll come out. I'll say it. I think I'm in camp.
Independence Day 2.
Independence Day 2, of course. But no, one that toes the line a little bit, and it's existing IP and whatever else. But I'm just kind of like, it doesn't matter how many times I watch it. I'm still like, I think Blade Runner 2049 is near in the top 5 of my favorite films. But I also think that it is just the best.
Oh,
it is where we coined the term, I believe.
We are on record as because we said it like 4 million times in our drunken state. We should like really redo that one. I think I talk about that all the time. But no, dude, it is the best.
Like even we like to joke when people are like Fight Club or fucking Pulp Fiction, but at least I'm like, I get it. Yeah. Of course, cool. Yeah.
I mean,
that's what I expect from people. So it's not like we're talking crap when we're like it's blockbuster movie. I mean, we praised Fall Guy for this.
Fucking Jackie Brown is still one of my favorite fucking movies, dude.
There's always
Once Upon a Time in
I was going to say
Hollywood.
there's ones that toe the line, like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, et cetera, et cetera. It does go full Tarantino there at the end.
You bring it up a lot where, one of my favorite movies is the movie Rounders.
Mm-hmm.
And
I respect it.
I fucking love that movie.
I respect it. It's like me and my love of Warcraft.
Yeah, dude. No,
one of our first episode. Well, because there's no episode 1. It apparently doesn't exist. Yeah. I have it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to re-upload it and get everything all out of whack. But I don't know if it was that episode or the second one. I can't remember.
So. It was one of the like original 10 maybe.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, man. So anyway, we're not trying to be pretentious, but one is a medium budget. I'm actually not sure on the budget, but a wide release,
A24
original.
movie,
I think it's Neon. Is it Neon or A24?
No, it was A24. I'm pretty sure
it's Neon.
We'll look it up
while
you run your mouth.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think after last episode, you can't give me any shit for running my mouth.
Look, man, you said I was. You
had the floor.
You said I was unleashed.
You were. So yeah, it's nice. It's nice to have those, and outside of one being a soft reboot / sequel, C-boot, whatever. It's nice to just have 2 films out there that are doing well. On top of that, well received, making money. People are at the theater.
You're right. It is Neon.
It's Neon.
I swore it was. It feels
I
like
think it's just because Maxine is also Neon, I believe. So they just can't. They're coming out with like a lot at the same time.
Yeah, because I think that movie Cuckoo is Neon as well.
Yeah, that's right. That's the one.
Fucking awesome.
It looks cool. I think A24 is running that.
I think they're doing Nosferatu.
I think. I feel like I keep seeing trailers for one that's coming out. I want to say Willem Dafoe, but that doesn't sound right.
No, that's Nosferatu.
There's,
as far as I know.
Is that it? Then that might be the one I'm thinking of.
And
Anyway,
I could look up new A24 releases.
Yeah, but believe it or not, there's a lot of wide release theatrical releases coming out, so it's even hard to keep up.
It's honestly kind of getting busier, dude. It's crazy.
A bit of a renaissance. The people
have spoken.
The people
they said
the employees at the theaters, they're pumped. They're in good moods. They know how funny I am.
There's a good energy.
I killed him with that one.
Oh my God. No, they don't, dude. That guy just was like, oh, that's good. And you were like, oh, like, you played it up. You were so proud of yourself, man. I was like, I'm not taking this from him. Look how happy he is.
He loved it. Just like when I was at the grocery store, the thing didn't scan, and I said, "Oh, it must be free." They love it.
You are a dad now.
That's true. So anyway, we're going to be talking about Longlegs. We're also going to be talking about Twisters, and as promised,
we are
drinking that twisted tea.
We're getting twisted with Twisters.
We were gonna double up, porque no los dos, and drink twisted teas while watching Twister.
Yeah.
We tried.
We did.
They were out.
Yeah. That was the joke.
I proclaimed, how do you expect me to watch Twisters without twisted tea?
That's not what you said. That's not what
That is what I said. That is exactly what I said.
No. You said, how am I supposed to get twisted watching Twisters without twisted tea?
Oh, that's even better.
And I went, and the guy at the counter went like, oh, yeah, that's funny. It was funnier than he gave you credit for, but it was not like prop myself up.
Oh no, I
didn't
think a random stranger was just like, wow.
You were dying when you said it. You were very proud of yourself.
I was in a good mood. We finally got to the theater because as we talked about last time, or no, maybe we didn't. I don't know, but when we saw Longlegs, we intended to see Twisters first. But it didn't go down that way because it was so packed out.
People are coming out for Twisters.
It's true. So I was very excited to finally be getting in there. And they had twisted tea on the menu.
They did.
We don't always go to the bar. A lot of times we just drink our water / Coke Zero.
Yeah. Because, I mean, who wants to pay
the $9 beer night? To be fair, it is 24-ounce cans.
They are tall boys.
Yeah, that's still bad.
Still. $9.
I mean, maybe if we were normal human beings that had one, but this reminds me back to whatever it was, maybe Dungeons and Dragons, or maybe it was Avatar, where I ordered 2 beers and I said, "Could you put a cap on the second one?" And you're like, "That's insulting." I was like, "These are both for me."
Yeah, these are for me, and I was like, "Oh, fucking nice." So, that was
we had to get multiples.
That was Avatar, and I've never been more angry walking down to the fucking to the bar at the theater to get more beer to try to survive that fucking movie.
Yeah,
and it was closed. And I was like, "You're still over there. I can see you."
Yeah, but with Twisters, it was a special occasion. We hit the bar that time.
Yeah, having a good night that night. That was a day, actually.
Yeah.
We actually went.
I think I talked about it last time. We have not had a bad experience at the movies in quite some time. It is incredible, actually.
No, dude. It's actually, the theater was great. Everybody in there was pretty cool.
Yeah. The chatter just stops when the movie starts.
There were people talking through Longlegs, but the girl was like whispering, and we'll get into that.
Yeah. We'll get into the And okay, I guess Longlegs is a little bit of an exception. We're going to talk about.
It wasn't bad though.
But so while we were watching, it was happening while we were watching Twisters as well. An anomaly in the theater. I'm going to talk about what was going on in the theater itself. We'll get into it.
Okay.
Because we're going to start with Longlegs. So we're properly twisted by the time we get to Twisters. In fact. All right.
Oh shit. I'm falling behind.
Got my half and half open.
Ryan's going to turn into an EV7 or fucking 5 or EF5.
Oh, an EF5.
Yeah. They used to just be like, weren't they just like a
category? That's a cat. But I think that
And then this one, they were EFs.
I'm pretty sure that's hurricane.
Does that stand for extreme force?
I think weather people would probably
chimed in.
I think they would. I think they would like the authenticity that seemed to be going on.
There was a lot more. Okay,
we're out of order.
Jumping
All
ahead.
right, hang
we're
on.
jumping ahead.
All right, Longlegs.
Yes.
A neon original film directed by Oz Perkins.
Yes.
The weird guy from Legally Blonde, but also what Perkins is he related to? There's another Perkins, right? He's the son of somebody.
You're throwing all this shit at me, dude. I did not know that.
Oh, Josh. Just like when I was talking about Warcraft and for like the
first
third
of all,
time.
It's Osgood Perkins.
I said yeah, whatever.
Anthony Perkins.
Anthony Perkins.
Yeah.
Who is Anthony Perkins?
Anthony Perkins is he played Norman Bates.
Okay.
No wonder he's so fucked up.
Did not know that. Now, yeah. No, some things are making sense. He's gone in the horror direction.
Yeah.
Anyway, the fuck was I gonna say? Oh, I was about celebrity kids for like the 90th time.
The Nepo babies.
Josh doesn't let me know that Duncan Jones is David Bowie's son.
Oh my God, no!
I gotta find that out.
You really got to listen to that. We talked about Moon. And I said, and he's Bowie's kid.
It could have been anybody.
An
original film.
Let's just go right over that.
Hour and a half long, starring what's her name? Micah Monroe?
Yes.
Yes. Of
It
Follows fame. I'm sure she's done other stuff. Another great movie.
Yeah. They're making a sequel.
They're going to make another one because I think the director of that hasn't had success with his higher budget stuff. So they're just going back to the well, which is unfortunate.
I mean, everybody's going back to the well lately.
Yeah, I'm not completely caught up on that saga, but yeah. Anyway, Longlegs, starring her and Nicolas Cage. Part of the marketing of this was Nicolas Cage is in it.
Yeah.
But we're not showing what he looks like. Maybe little clips here and there that give you a little idea. Yeah. And that was part of the marketing is like, you got to go see him. It's crazy.
Yeah.
His character is nuts. It's true. Anyway, Joshua.
Yes.
What'd you think of Longlegs?
Don't ever call me Joshua.
Okay.
Tried to say that as dry.
The Josher.
The Josher. There you go. Yeah. I much more prefer my given name.
Yeah.
The Josher. No, idiot. Longlegs. Oh fuck. Fucking extremely strong first two acts. And I have problems with the third act, but it doesn't diminish the rest of the fucking movie. They do an excellent job using absolute silence, and sound, and lighting and no lighting, and
the way shots are framed.
The way a lot of the shots are framed. Yeah, no, it is a movie that excels using all these things to make you feel uncomfortable the entire way through. When I talk about the sounds, the way they do their sound in the movie, it's everything that should be not as loud and obnoxious. I say obnoxious, but it's annoying in that way that unsettles you and it just throws you off a bit and fucks with you and dude, could you stop? It's not a you're annoyed that it's not like you're trying to shop and a baby's screaming like 4 aisles over or whatever. It's chains are loud and like every click of a lock sounds like it's the sound really messes with you. Like that was one thing that really screwed with me through the whole movie was just footsteps are loud. Breathing is loud, like, and it's if that grosses you out, because I know some people have a problem with that kind of stuff, then I get that. But the way it's utilized in the movie is to unsettle you and to make you tense and uncomfortable, and it's really good. Then I was talking about that girl that was whispering to her friend a couple aisles over. And the way she was whispering, and because the way the sound is done in this movie, I thought that was in the movie, and it was freaking me out even more. Like I just thought it was part of the movie, and then the movie ended, and she was still fucking doing it. And I looked up, and I was like, why would you do that? You know, like it's already freaking me out. No, the movie is like she goes into her home at one point, and you're already kind of creeped out by what has happened before.
Yes.
She herself is unsettling.
Mm-hmm.
And her entire home is pitch black. And she's just normal, you know, like this is just how I come home. And it's like, I'm a guy that will leave at least one light on in my home.
Same.
Usually my kitchen light or my office light.
Something that'll at least light most of the house as you come in the door, where you can see in front of you.
Give a bit of a glow when I walk in, you know, like, and
it's definitely the shot of the, and then you hear the, like you said, the jingling of the keys.
You hear the jingling of the keys,
the light switch flip on,
and then the light
and then
switch.
just darkness
and this is all,
behind her.
It's all louder than it normally is in a film, and I would even say maybe in real life.
It's amazing sound editing and design.
And then she makes an immediate left and just walks into another pitch black room. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like it just messes with you the whole time. And she, like I said, she's odd. It's a lot, man. That movie's a lot. And it's funny because I remember you and I were kind of joking back and forth about the third act and everything. And then we got home.
Yeah.
And I was like I unlocked my door and I came in and I had, you know, the one light on like I normally do. And I was like, you know what? Let's check the bathroom real quick. And maybe the bedroom light stays on for a little while. And I'm going to watch a bunch of Bob's Burgers episodes until I fall asleep. You know?
Yeah. So it starts with her. She's an FBI agent, and she's on obviously maybe one of her first assignments or something. She seems to just have like, you know,
an intuition
about stuff. Shit goes bad, but it's like they're interested in her because she seems to have, you know, they don't want to say psychic, but either like, you know, something's going on with her.
They do use the term.
They do, but you know, half psychic instead of.
I think they just said mind reader.
Better to be half psychic or whatever because they give her a test, and which is also unsettling.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. It's funny. The test kind of reminded me of we brought it up, Blade Runner 2049.
The same.
Joe's
his baseline
test that he has to do every time. It reminded me a lot of that, and the fact that they deliver it so cold. She's in this weird fucking room. It's a reel to reel.
It's got that 90. It's set in the 90s, and it has that Twin Peaks kind of aesthetic.
It's got that Twin Peaks meets Seven kind of thing. Yeah, it's there's a lot going on here that is reminiscent of things that you've probably seen before. Twin Peaks, like Ryan said. Seven is another one. Usual Suspects has a bit of it going on. There's another one I thought of, and fucking God, Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs, yeah.
It's Silence of the Lambs is a big part of this.
They throw her on a long running cold case.
Yeah.
Of a serial killer, but they don't even understand exactly how it's happening because there's only notes left with signed birthday cards, notes, whatever, signed Longlegs. But it seems that the father and or the mother or whatever, it seems that the family kills themselves.
Yeah,
or
like
each
they
other.
know that he is involved, and they keep drawing correlations to Charles Manson because they know that he didn't kill them, but he is somehow involved because all the birthday cards are signed Longlegs, and they're always there. But they can prove factually that it was either the mother or the father or both of them.
Yes, and they've got her. She's got mind stuff going on, and she seems like she's a good code breaker, and because there's codes, there's a little bit of Zodiac stuff going on there as well.
God, Zodiac's in there too.
And you're just following her through this case, but it's super unsettling and almost immediately goes into like they're fucking with her too.
Yeah.
Whoever Longlegs may be.
Yeah, that's probably one of the most intense scenes in it. That one, and when they went to the barn, that one really messed with me too.
Her going back to her house is like fucking Jesus, dude. And it just, I was on, like you said, it's like this uneasy, tense, fucking on edge, like feeling of dread through like 3/4 of this movie, dude. It's insane how well and how long they keep the atmosphere through great pacing, great framing of shots, great, when something happens, it's equally, when something doesn't happen, it's equally as like frightening. Cause like they'll have they do
a lot of those shots where you expect her to close the medicine cabinet and there's something there and nothing happens. And normally you're just like, oh, nothing's going to happen or whatever, but nothing happens. And then nothing keeps happening.
Yes.
And you're like, what is
a little bit of Exorcist 3, a little bit of I talked about it in Halloween where I was like losing my mind with a darker room with a door open to an outside lit area and then nothing happens. I talked about that on our classic catch up of Halloween if you want to watch that. But a lot of that, but like masterfully done, and along with the sound design, like you were talking about, and the sound editing, because the mixing and the editing is just amazing. And some things start coming to light. You're starting to go down this path. You start to have some ideas in your head, and it goes a little off the rails.
Yeah, it's something that they have set up in the movie, but it takes a left turn, and it's a turn that you can kind of see coming. But then when it happens, you're just like, oh, this kind of got a little silly. But it's still really good.
It kind of but I have the same feeling towards it that I do for 10 Cloverfield Lane, where like I'm not going to let it bother me too much because they earned it. It's silly, and and when everything else was like it's keeping you engaged, and then like you're starting to get all the answers, and they're not making you ask more because it's not really that ambiguous. You're just kind of like, I guess this is I guess it is this.
Yeah.
And then they overly explain it, and it is creepy. Yeah. It's creepy imagery and like watching another character that has been in the movie do some shit. You're like, holy crap.
It goes from creepy and unsettling to just obvious and kind of absurd.
Wackadoo.
And I don't mean absurd in a bad way, like bizarre almost. Like it turns into like an Italian horror movie.
The method, exactly. The method in which the Longlegs, let's say, which I guess everybody knows that's fucking Nicolas Cage, but the method in which he is doing what he's doing is like, what?
Yeah.
And then it's like that's really what's happening.
Yeah, like somebody says it in the movie almost, and you're just like,
and you don't really,
because he says it dismissively.
Yeah.
And then that's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
Kiernan Shipka is in both of these movies, by the way. I forgot.
Oh yeah, she's creepy as shit.
And she's super creepy in this one.
Oh my god, dude! Just there's another.
She had a really good. She had a really good. That like Southern dummy like speech.
Yeah, she kind of
nails that pretty well.
She kind of had that backwoods Appalachia kind of thing going on. But man, dude, dude, you made me forget about that part. She's so fucking
super weird. And then like, somebody came and visited her and it was signed in as the
her.
FBI. What is her name?
I can't remember her name in the movie.
It's driving me crazy. Micah Monroe's character. Yeah. Signed in as her. Do you check IDs? That's a good idea.
Yeah. Oh, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's just like, it is set in the 90s,
Yeah, for sure.
I thought that was a fucking thing too.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
But it is kind of,
it's
just a shitty sanitarium, honestly.
Yeah, she calls her mom on the phone.
Conversations.
That's part of the weird sound design as well. And it ties in later why their phone conversations sound the way they are.
So stilted.
Why their relationship is the way it is.
Yeah.
Everything pays off very well. Nothing makes you go like, what? It's just the concept of the revelation is a bit bizarre.
Yeah.
And it's taken straight. Like when Nicolas Cage
is kind of a big ta-da.
Yeah, when he has his big moment and then we move on from that and then get like, because he basically is like, whatever. You got me, but spoilers, I suppose. You got me, but like whatever. And
it's
then
not over.
yeah. And then you see what's happening. You're like, so that really is what is happening. And then you watch it happen. And like the way that those characters are acting, and especially I love that acting, the way that like, you know, they're going to all murder each other, but but he's just like, well, you're a bitch. And I was like, this is fucking weird.
Why
dude.
don't you? It was your fucking idea to have a fucking cake anyway.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, dude, I know Satan the devil's gonna make them kill each other, but holy shit, he makes them super weird too.
It's such a bizarre movie.
It's weird, and that
it's bizarre in the best kind of way.
I think the main thing when we walked away, when we were a little bit disappointed, which like after reflecting on it, I'm like, no, this movie works all the way through.
Yep.
It really is that release of that like total uncomfortable dread, and then into like, now you have to accept that you're in more of a like traditional horror movie.
Yeah, like you've got all the answers now. Now we have to get to the conclusion.
They're asking your mindset to change so quickly.
Yeah.
They did such a great job previously that like when it's time to let go of that, it's almost like it's a relief, and then you're like, holy shit, but like some more of that.
Yeah.
It's like, I want this to kind of play into that feeling. But it doesn't, and it's fine.
Yeah.
It earned it. They let, after Nicolas Cage does his thing, it's kind of like this release. Because that's just as crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think his performance was like fucking, they were hyping it up on purpose.
No, yeah, they really
it was Nicolas Cage playing a fucking total weird ass.
I'll be
doing
honest,
a great job.
Of him being a total weird ass, I think it's one of his worst performances.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't really like him that much in the movie. There were a couple scenes where he got me, like when he starts singing. Oh my fucking god, dude! I was like, don't ever do that again, dude.
Yeah.
What?
Also, the very beginning of the movie, he got me with that.
Oh,
where they just show the bottom of his face. Yeah.
Just real quick. Just that real quick. I brought my long legs.
Yeah.
And he fucking drops
Jesus
down. And you're like, ah!
Christ.
Yeah. No.
And then obviously the picture, and when that came up, geez.
Yeah.
Louise.
Yeah.
The jump
scares are earned, and they pay off so well.
But it's funny. I was on edge so much. I thought I was gonna have a panic attack. Like for
you were
like
having
the
a bad
first
time.
30 minutes of this movie, at least. The jump scares got me every single time because I'm just so on edge. And by the time that one came, I was just like, oh, I feel faint.
Dude, that's funny. Yeah, that was the only one that got me, like really got me. And I was just like, shit. Fuck. You know, it's like, I had to take a minute, dude. That one really fucked me.
And also, in the imagery, when her brain dust came out,
yeah,
the imagery of her, like while she was passed out, like what she was, it was like fucking weird. The snakes and the red and all that crap.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff is so great.
Dude, that's the other thing. I love the beginning of the movie. It starts at, what is that, like an 8
it's like Super 8,
yeah, Super
maybe
8.
16, but yeah.
And then it's faked, but it's like
that aspect ratio, that film grain.
They knew what they were doing and honestly, if the whole fucking movie had been like that, I would have been cool with it, honestly. No, but the way it slowly pans into like the
21 by 9
21 by 9 or whatever it is. Yeah, dude, and it just throughout the credits just slowly pulls out, and then you're just watching a contemporary movie. Yeah, but they film it like a movie from that like mid 90s era, 80s even. It is a movie that came out, like that feels like it came out when I was a kid. But it's contemporary storytelling and filmmaking, and it feels
clean 90 minutes as well. So that plays into that. But you're right. I think the pacing is much better. There's no random like we got to get boobs into this or anything like that. You know what I mean? It lacks some of that dated shit.
Yeah.
But you're right. It really is like plucked from that era.
No, there's a shot in it in particular where she's talking to her boss in the hallway. The way it's lit, the way the hallway looks, the way they're both standing, they're both clothed and everything. It looks like Seven or something, and it's so cool.
I would imagine, I don't know for sure, but I would imagine they shot it on film.
Oh yeah,
it's got that look.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I know Twisters was shot on film.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't know either way. When there's so much VFX, I kind of wonder. I give them props for doing it because it's nice, but anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Yeah, and if not, it's masterfully graded. Just yeah, no, I'm not. Time will tell. I was gonna say it's just the best, but I think it's just very, very great,
dude. I'm a big fan of it.
Honestly. I can't wait to watch it again.
I was kind of down on it when we left, dude. But but that's a movie that has like we talked about. I think a couple days ago or something like that. The more I thought about it, the more I appreciated the ending.
Yeah.
And like I said, it has that kind of what are they, gelato? Is that what they're called?
Shit, I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm talking about. The Italian
like demons.
Yeah, demons and stuff like dude. Or even like the weird like old vampire ones. Like like it's got some hammer films to it almost, dude. It's the ending is pure like 70s horror movie. I don't want to say schlock because it's not schlock. That shit's good. I still love that stuff.
Yeah,
but it is like very much like.
You want to know what I think?
It's a crazy movie.
When we first got out of there, I guess I was not prepared. I didn't know that it was going to be religious horror. And I don't think, and it kind of comes up pretty quickly because some of her code cracking is like, yeah, this shit is weird Satanist stuff. So, I think that we've had a lot of crap religious horror come out in the past few years.
Oh, I was going to say, dude, which is just within the past like year and a half.
Yeah. So I think part of it was a little bit of disappointment thinking like, man, they could have stuck with the more psychological.
Well, I was going to say, cause it starts off with that like Silence of the Lambs kind of vibe to it. And then it becomes very centric on that. But
yeah, but you knew, you knew something was going. You knew they were going to go supernatural with it, and as soon as they went to that barn, as soon as they were talking to the I don't know, the crime scene investigator or whatever who had the ultrasound on that thing, and they called it the brain, and then it's like, guess who just woke up at the insane asylum, and they're like, this shit is fucked. Yeah. This shit is weird.
There's another movie that he did called The Black Coat's Daughter, which does this. I think The Black Coat's Daughter does it a little bit better. But yeah, man, honestly, watch this and The Black Coat's Daughter. I recommend them both if you're fans of horror.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what he does next.
Yeah, honestly, he's an
especially
odd duck.
This is making money.
Yeah.
And praise.
Very good.
Yeah, Neon better be ready to write him another big check to do something else.
He's an odd duck, that Osgood. But man, I hope he stays weird.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's very, very good. And we little slight spoilers here and there, but I think we'll keep it at that.
Yeah, there's really not much else to say about it.
No. I can't wait to watch it again.
Okay, was I wrong, or was there very, very minimal soundtrack in this movie? I know that it has a soundtrack because I could hear like little electric.
Very little, but they put it front and center in that weird kind of grindhouse opening credits sequence, like where they were like soundtrack by this and that. But like very little of it. But when it hit, it was kind of, that's cool. Through in those credits, when he was in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, very little. It's because they just want that weird fuck with you sound in mixing.
It is silent at the worst times.
And she's very rarely ever alone, and you still are just like. But that most effective. The most effective scene in the entire movie is her at her house.
Well, dude, I was gonna say too, like, she's seldom alone, but you're still on edge when she's with other people, and then when she's alone, it's like triple.
Yeah,
you always feel like she. Yeah, dude, it is.
It is probably the most effective like horror. scene that I can think of.
What Green Room did to me with its overt, not subtle at all approach to a lot of the horrible things that go on in the movie, this movie did it to me with doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Because Green Room, I still one of the I love Green Room. It's a
I
great
need to
movie.
check it
I
out.
don't think I'm ever gonna watch it again.
Yeah, I need to check it out. It's not up my.
Because it's a hard watch.
Yeah,
it's a hard watch, but it's a fucking badass.
It's one of those that you never watch again. It's like Three Billboards, another movie we talked about on the podcast.
Like I said, Seven, Usual Suspects.
Why would I ever go and watch that again?
Yeah.
For fun.
Yeah, I love the good feeling I left with Three Billboards.
It's a feel good movie, dude.
You know what is a feel good movie, Ryan?
Ooh, I like the segue.
Yeah, see what I've been working on it, dude.
Oh boy, tell us, Josh, what is a feel good movie?
Fucking Twisters, man. I was not a naysayer.
He was a fucking total naysayer.
No, I was not a naysayer.
He was rewriting history. He's just worried. He's just concerned for his friend.
Yeah. That's what I said on the podcast. I said I just don't think it's gonna be that.
Lose and get. Do you think I lost?
No,
the viewers, not. If the listeners remember, I said I cannot lose.
You did,
and I did not.
No,
lose.
you didn't. And what I was gonna get to,
sorry,
before you decided to rub my nose in it, be a sore winner.
You know me.
Yeah, I do. Unfortunately,
great sport. Gracious.
Gracious, professional, humble, a gentleman. No, man, I was 100% wrong, man, because I was on board with that movie not even a third of the way through.
Like I said, it's good. It's good blockbuster cinema.
It is again, like I said with the Fall Guy. It is a classic. It's Fall Guy. It's Top Gun Maverick. It's that classic blockbuster kind of thing, and I think it kind of sucks that we are getting these from established IPs. Yeah. They're all reboots and late sequels. And
did you hear? But I hate to interrupt your thought, but did you hear what Vince Vaughn said on Hot Ones when he was recently on there?
No, he's talking about the rated R comedies.
Yeah, but it had almost nothing to do with that.
Okay, I've only seen a headline for it. I haven't actually.
Oh yeah, no. I watched what he said. It was very quick. It's like a 1.5-minute clip. He basically was just talking about that right now, like, you know, the producers and everybody who's working under the big execs are just like, I'm not going to say everything. He's like, why is Battleship, a game, just a board game that has nothing to it, become
I did read a quote.
Yeah, become a vehicle for storytelling. Yeah. And he's just talking about IP, and if it's a big IP or it's attached to something, it's less likely. It's not even that it's more likely to make money. It's just that they're less likely to get in trouble because it's like, well, I did it on an established IP. This is just his take, obviously.
No,
but I remember posing the question to you about why make it Fall Guy. And I'm like, they got to make the movie they wanted to make, and they got to put it under an IP, and it is an IP that means a lot to stunt people.
Yeah.
So it was a win-win-win-win-win. It answered, I feel like his little rant answered my question about that. I was like, that's why Fall Guy exists, and it still does suck, but like you said, going forward.
Yeah, no, but I saw a similar discussion on Reddit, I think, where they were bemoaning the existence of Harold and the Purple Crayon, I guess.
You want to know why I bemoan it? Because every time I look at my phone and it says movies coming up, I see Harold, and then I'm all like, oh shit, are they making another Harold and Kumar? And then I'm like, oh no, fuck.
But no, I guess it's not doing well or something.
Oh, it's out?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh. I don't even know what it is. I don't even know.
It's a kid's movie. And honestly, I saw a trailer for it, and it looks like a really bad straight to streaming film.
Well, it's a bad time when you have Inside Out 2 making the most money any Pixar movies ever made. And Despicable Me 4. Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But like they were talking, about like how, they'll literally just they'll buy up any property and then shove it out into a movie, whether it did, and somebody brought up Battleship, and they're like, we live in a world where Battleship had a movie where aliens fired missiles that looked like the pegs.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's a fucking thing, dude,
Dude, I loved playing Battleship. I'm going to go watch this movie.
And I feel like if you can...
the military.
Woo, U.S. Army, Navy. My bad. No, I feel like if you can take a property, that you own, and you can put the effort behind it to make it a quality movie, then it doesn't really matter if it's a sequel or if it's a reboot or whatever you want to call it. And Twisters, I think, is one of those ones that stands among them. It's really fucking good, dude.
Yeah, the thing is
it's better than I'll say it. I liked it more than I liked the original.
Yeah, this is better than Twister. Twister has more personality.
Twister is very much just action point to action point to action point to action point. And this movie it's not a great story.
Oh, okay.
But
you're actually going to praise the story a bit.
A little bit, dude. I'll give it a little bit of love.
What I was going to say is this is classic. It's set pieces.
Oh,
fucking held together by some loose thing, but it has more going on than Twister. Twister was my ex-girlfriend, right?
Yeah,
trust me, it has more than that. You're right.
Yeah.
But it is in that same vein of like just set piece to set piece to set piece. But these set pieces fuck.
Yeah.
And the
I like the bit in the barn where she's got her little science project and they got to figure it out, and
the story,
it's not good, but the
story and the acting and the motivations make more sense in this.
Yeah.
And in Twister, obviously you've got fucking Bill Paxton and like Helen Hunt, and you've got Philip Seymour Hoffman, and like those things, those characters kind of stick with you more than in this one. But I still do like Glenn Powell's crew. You know what I mean?
I absolutely
Mr. G.I. Joe. Not his main dude, but like the other people.
Oh yeah, no, the Drone Girl was great.
I think
that was Ratcatcher, and then I love fucking old black dude. That's just like, these are our t-shirts. Now give me cash.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Yeah, and then it's like, all right, she's working with the bad dudes at first, whereas with Bill Paxton, they were just like, you're a weatherman.
Yeah, that's the one thing that like I was still trying to fucking figure out for most of the movie, and then like you kind of explained it to me. I was like, who fucking cares? Like, you're gonna go fire fireworks into that thing. Whoop-de-doo. Like why are you trying to beat him to the tornado?
Yeah.
Mr. Science Man.
Again.
Who's doing actual research, and he's out there just like, I'm gonna drill my truck into the ground and shoot off some fireworks.
It is unfortunate that you were gone from the scene where they explain why they don't like those guys, because they're shitheads that work with that dude. They're out there making YouTube videos. They're also getting money for the community, and these guys are out there exploiting them. That's why they don't like each other.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, I'm going to beat you there to shut off my things. He's just being a pest because he's a hot shot. You know what I mean?
I get it, dude, but it's just like, it made more sense in the other movie where they were two competing scientists.
Yeah.
And in this one, immediately, it's just like, we got to get there before fucking the Twister Wrangler.
To be fair, they never even state that. It just, they're fucking with each other.
No, he says it at that first stop. He's like, we got to go before they get out of here, before they go. Because they wanted to beat them there.
I think they didn't want them fucking with their results while they're trying to do their scans.
Okay. See, that's more than enough reason.
It doesn't matter. You could just explain it away, right?
Yeah, no, it was just ridiculous to me.
Sure.
And I mean, I'll be honest. I'll be honest, man.
It's a movie that you need conflict between people, not just tornadoes and people.
Yeah.
So you manufacture it.
Oh yeah. No. I'll be honest. Fucking Transformer G.I. Joe boy. Mm-hmm. He fucking suckered me in. I thought he was a real straight shooter.
Yeah.
And then.
It turns out he let his ambition get in the way of his morals, but he made the right choice there near the end.
I remember I got real pissed, like genuinely. I don't know if it was because I was fucking like three tall boys in or what, but I got real mad when he was just acting like a dick to her.
He was.
And I was like, bro, fucking, are you going to compare what you went through to what she went through?
Yes.
You fucking ass.
Yeah. And he did apologize. So mad. He did apologize for that. But it's also
it was funny because I heard him say that and I was like, not good enough, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I was so mad.
But it's also funny to me that they gave him like that friend zone Like he always had feelings for her thing when like obviously she was with the boyfriend.
Yeah.
They were all friend group and she was with another guy.
That was weird because at the beginning of the movie, it didn't feel like that at all.
No, he gives her a look at one point.
Oh, yeah.
But then when they get back together, or when they're, working together again, he gets her back out there in the field. It's like they like hint at that, but then it's weird they even did that since they didn't have the balls to have her and Glenn Powell even do a smooch or a hug or anything. It was just like I guess I'm gonna be here a few hours. I'm like, I guess I go and fuck.
They go to the fucking airport.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I guess I'm just like call me old school, but I'm just kind of like, what?
No, dude, I needed a good makeout sesh in the Twister like rainfall.
Yes, precisely. Yes, that's like the one thing this is lacking.
No,
not just
dude. I mean, we're talking
house.
Liv Tyler and Ben Affleck in Armageddon.
Yeah,
we're talking Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton in the original after his leather belt saves them.
Yeah, we're talking Tom Hanks and Helen Hunt again, right? In Castaway?
Yeah. Oh, no, that one kind of had an open-ended ending, didn't it, too, at the end, at the crossroads?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's like, let's kiss, and now I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Like, whatever, but...
Bye. Yeah, no, but Nick Cage and, I want to say Naomi Watts in Con Air.
Sure.
After he pulled the bonnet down.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just am like, that's kind of weird. They didn't. It's obviously set up, especially bringing up that he had feelings for her, but he's letting her go.
Yeah.
He's not going to be a little incel anymore.
He's like, oh, God damn it. God damn it.
Even though I like that guy. I don't know.
I like him. I liked him in the movie, dude. And like, I think it says a little bit to his performance. I got so fucking mad at him.
Yeah, it's just a good time. I had a thought, and then all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute, he's praising the story.
Sorry, man. It's not a good story, but it was good enough for me to be like, this is dude.
No, but that's the thing. It falls away. When you think about it, you go, oh yeah, this happened, then this happened, then this happened.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. The set pieces are so good.
Yeah.
And the visuals so good.
Oh man.
And this is gonna bring me I said I was gonna bring this up. This brings me into what was going wrong at the theater when we were watching Longlegs.
Yeah.
It was the release weekend of Twister. There are D-box theaters now.
Yes.
So our seats in a completely different theater that doesn't have D-box
in Longlegs,
and we're in Longlegs, and it's fucking rumbling. And I'm like, it was driving me crazy.
Yeah.
So, and it was happening again while we were watching Twisters. We were also not in D-box because they'd given all the D-box theaters to Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
In Twisters, it's not bothering me because there's shit going on the screen all the time. I just feel rumbles.
But you're getting the quieter scenes and you're like, why is my seat shaking?
Yeah, and so they really need to figure out how to isolate the shaking of the theaters to the fucking theater you're in. I need to write them another email, but Cinemark loves fucking me in the ass and responding to my emails. And I'm not even just talking about like complaining and wow, that's hot dog. They literally just $100+ disappeared out of my Cinemark account.
I think you've talked about it
and
before.
And they never were able to tell me why, and then just stopped responding to my emails.
Didn't they just stop talking?
And then when I called them again, they were like, "Sure, no, this is under like closed, but I'll let them know." And then nothing. So I doubt they're going to do anything about it. However, that is one little nitpick of what has been going on at the theaters. They never used to have D-box seats, and now they do, and it blows.
Yeah, it's awful, man.
The only time when we watched Mad Max Fury Road, that was at the AMC theater. That
was fucking rad.
They had D-box seats, and we were sitting right behind them, and it fucking rocked. But not during Longlegs. But back to talking about the movie. I think one of the main difference I think that works well in this is you see something tragic happen to her, but it's as she's an adult. And it's while she's doing the storm chasing. So you understand like her walking away from it and like kind of the panic you see happen when she first goes back to doing it. And it's less of that like recklessness that Helen Hunt has going on because she's going to avenge her dad and get the tornado that killed him.
And
her ambition is to like learn how to stop a tornado,
how to map tornadoes
to
and
stop them from
them.
the damage that's happening.
Yeah.
And that's the main pull. And she goes to work for him because he was the data guy. He ended up having Dorothy. That's the only connection to the first movie that you have. And
nope. Her mom.
Her mom. What about her mom?
Her mom was in the part. It was in the original Storm Chasers from the first movie.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Same actress?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so.
The fucking liar mom.
Yeah. Which is something that I really enjoyed. That it wasn't like Bill Paxton's kid or Helen Hunt's kid. I thought that was really cool.
But it may, yes, I agree, and but it makes sense. But she wasn't like legacy, you know. She was studying meteorology at the college, and that's why she was doing what she was doing, and all of that. She wasn't out there like fucking with some childhood trauma, you know what I mean? Yeah. So that might be the connection. But when it comes to Dorothy, it's like, oh, it makes sense. Donated to the university or whatever, right? And so I like that it's just all these people were just motivated either through their YouTube channel or, you know, and also he was a meteorologist, and her trying to help get rid of those tornadoes. But the funniest bit of the movie, and they say it with a straight face a few times, and there's never any explanation. It's just like, there's a tornado outbreak. It's an outbreak of tornadoes out here. It's a once in a generation. It's all Jesus, the outbreak of tornadoes. And that was pretty funny.
Okay, I'm 100% wrong. I thought she was in the original one because there was one wearing that fucking cowboy hat in the first movie.
Yeah, see, I thought that Dorothy was the only...
No, yeah, Dorothy is 100%, I guess, the only connection. So I'm fucking 100% wrong.
So
I fucking... God,
so
this is the second time I gotta admit that I'm wrong tonight.
So, you know, it's like they're just like, we need to make another disaster movie, and tornadoes are cool, and like it's got IP recognition, and it worked. But they made a new movie, but it's like you know, as new as you can get, where it's like Tornado Chasers.
Yeah, no,
you know I mean?
But I will give praise to this movie as well, where. Like, yeah, there was a fire tornado, but fucking we in California know those are a thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, fucking, like, it was the first movie I think that's come out that's weather based in a long time where it wasn't the moon falling or 2012 or.
Oh, it's leagues apart, fucking moonfall and twisters.
The earthquake that killed Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's wife or whatever, exactly. You know, fucking it's some super quake or something like that. They're just normal ass tornadoes.
The very last set piece is a little goofy because it's like her idea worked and it saved them just in time.
Yeah,
and that's a little goofy, but it was kind of just like, hey. You should get back.
But that's how those movies always.
You should get back at it with me. I've got this new technology, and we're really making a difference. And she meets some other guy, and he's just a fucking weirdo that wants to tornado wrestle. I understand he was a tornado wrangler.
No, tornado wrestler's way funnier.
You can chase it, you can wrestle it.
You can chase it, you can
and
wrestle it.
And then you find out that, you know, he also has some similar motivations, giving back to the community and whatever else.
I hated the part where it was like, oh, he's also a doctor.
Yeah,
you know?
Of course. Yeah.
I was like, of course he is.
Yeah, whatever. But you're right.
Like I said, it's that movie, dude.
It wasn't like, if we don't figure out how to stop these tornadoes, and it was crazy with the tornado outbreak, but it wasn't like, find a way to, like, they come to her and they're like, we heard you almost figured out how to negate a tornado. Yeah. And it's like the government. No, it was pretty low stakes as far as tornadoes go, which are crazy, but just well shot, good action, looked good. The characters were fine. The story was serviceable, and it just was a feel good. It was just a fun time. It's a
dumb fun movie, man.
Dumb fun movie, and like, shit, man. I was right. I was expecting it to be goofier. I was like, Yeah, and that's what I said. I can't lose because either it's going to end up being good, which is what happened.
Yeah.
I'm like, or it's going to be like fucking nonsense. And it's like I said, it was like, we need you. The tornado is going to wipe out the president, and or like I'm like, how do you go bigger? And they didn't go bigger.
Nope.
They really didn't. They did the twins in the first one too.
Yeah.
I don't even know why they called it Twisters. Like they should have just called it fucking Twister.
It was the biggest outbreak of Twisters that's ever been seen.
Sure.
Or whatever.
It was against all odds.
Like what a fucking hellscape to live in though, dude. Like think about it, man. It's just like we got 19 tornadoes happening all within the span of 4 hours, you know?
Yeah. And you know what?
Why weren't the people just constantly living underground? Why was there a farmer's market happening? You know?
This one actually did a better job of like this was over a few days. They would go and they would sleep.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing I'm talking about where the story isn't good, but it is because like there was breathers between
the
a lot
neck
of
break
this
pace
stuff.
of the first one until
like honestly
until you get to the drive-in, which again, and then another tornado happens, and they did that in this one with the rodeo.
Yeah.
There were breathers in between that.
Yeah, like
going
she's
to the
at
farm.
I was gonna say she's at her mom's house for like what 3-4 days.
Yeah, that was meant to kind of be like the Aunt Meg thing, but like it was less ridiculous than that. They didn't have to go back and save her mom or anything. It was kind of like they really just took the first movie and just made it a bit better, but realized that it was like just a fun, dumb action disaster movie.
Yeah, they didn't like
it's
triple
sort
down
of
on it.
Perfect for what it is.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's I've told a couple people that I've seen it, you know, that listen to the podcast and stuff, and what did you think of it? And I'm like, what are you expecting going to Twisters? Because I know that there is a group of people out there that are declaring this the worst movie ever made.
What?
And it totally betrays the spirit of the first Twister. And I'm
what?
like, no, it's a thing. It's out there, dude.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's a very minute group, but like it just makes me laugh because I'm like, what was the spirit of Twister?
The first movie isn't very good, but I like it a lot.
It's great. Yeah, no, it's awesome.
See, I went into this, no kidding. That's why, and this is why you kept telling me, I don't know. I went into this expecting like, and you didn't like Moonfall as much as I liked Moonfall, but I was expecting like Moonfall.
I know, I liked Independence Day 2 better than Moonfall, so what does that say about me?
I like both. But so I was expecting like the Moonfall of.
I did like watching.
Because I'm like, they're gonna up it. They're gonna up it to what like disaster movies are now, which is Roland Emmerich nonsense.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was expecting, and then I was like,
but I expected to laugh, and I did laugh in this movie as well. We were having the best time of anybody.
Oh yeah, no,
very stuffy crowd in there.
It's a very boring crowd. Yeah, man.
I mean, they also weren't as twisted as we were. But,
that was that movie was so much fun.
Yeah,
no, dude, I laughed when I was supposed to laugh.
I agree.
I laughed at parts that were supposed to be serious, but were really fucking corny.
Yep. But you want that corn.
You need that corn. You gotta have it, dude.
I mean, shit, it's cornfields everywhere,
dude. It's part of the food groups. It's in the temple pyramid.
The pyramid.
Yeah. I said temple. Whatever.
Your body's a temple.
It definitely isn't. Want another twisted? No. But yeah, dude, like it's just a fun fucking movie, man. It's just fun, man, and it's nice. God, fucking. At the risk of sounding wistful, it's nice to have fun in the movies again.
Yeah,
not watching Marvel number 19 or something like that. Like, and I'm not trying to shit on anything or anything like that, but you know, and again, I know that this is a sequel to something that existed when I was in high school.
It's a reboot, but yeah, I wouldn't even say it's a soft reboot. It's like a reboot.
It really is. It really is. No, because it hits a lot of the same plot points, but then it throws a lot of those plot points out the fucking window, and not just because you start off with the science guy, with the stuffy scientists, and you find out the wild bunch is the good boys, you know, or whatever, dude. there's a lot more conversations that happen, I think.
Yeah.
And fucking like, but what I was saying about the original one,
they just wrote a new Twister.
They just wrote a new Twisters. Yeah. Do a new Twister. Yeah. But it's like, there's a lot more conversations that have, there is, like you said, space to breathe, and there are plot beat moments. And in the other one, it just felt like go through the whole movie. And that was that era, though.
Yeah. And that's to that movie's credit.
Oh yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. But I think I like you said, I like that there are moments of like humanity or whatever in the film, dude. No, I did like this movie a lot
and it's
more than I
less
thought
like,
I would.
oh, look at this suffering. And it was more focused on the people coming together to help one another. And that plays into the, the benefactor of Storm Labs or whatever the fuck they were called, playing into his sleaziness. So
yeah. It's very much on the nose.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what's going on with this movie. It's not subtle at all.
Oh, hey, yeah, I'll be there in a minute. Just we're talking to him real quick. And
but and I'm not even.
But tropes are tropes for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not even just talking about like that. I'm talking about like within the main characters, just like she gets a moment to be shaken or whatever, and then we have a conversation about that, and then she goes home and has like a decent talk with her mom and everything, and then fucking he's got bits with his crew where they're just joking around and stuff, and it's her and G.I. Joe have their bit, and it's cool to see that there's dialogue that goes on in it instead of just Philip Seymour Hoffman acting like a crazy pants.
I was about to say there's less caricatures. There's definitely one or two of them, but it seemed like the whole crew.
Honestly,
Twister was
fucking Boone is probably the worst part of the whole fucking movie.
Yeah,
the rest of the crew's great, but I didn't like him, and I didn't like fucking Lieutenant the bad guy.
Sure,
that's like, I'm a dick.
He was funny though.
He was very dry and very funny, but like also like when it came time to bad guy, he was bad.
He was just nefarious. Yeah. That's true.
But like, yeah, dude, I another one, wholeheartedly recommend, man.
I agree. I think it's a great time to go to the movies.
It definitely is, man, and I think it's honestly going to get better.
I think so too. I don't know. There's something out there for everybody right now. Like I said, there's plenty of kids movies. We got some horror. We got some twists. We got some just blockbuster fun. Obviously, you can go see Deadpool and Wolverine. We'll be back with that. I have not seen it yet. That it's kind of everything out there right now, which is crazy. It's like it's that time of year, and it's like, are we back? Are we so back? They say.
I think fucking so far the only movie that I've seen this year that I was just outright on was Madam Web, but that's months past.
Sure, yeah.
And like of the recent crop of movies, I think the only real negative thing I've had, the most negative thing I've had to say about any film I've seen so far was just it's fine.
Sure.
And I don't think that's bad, dude.
No,
like honestly, man, like I didn't not enjoy my time. Like I have really enjoyed everything I've done.
I think I brought this up last time, but like we've gone and watched Men in Black International. There are we are out there. We're long suffering.
Yeah, we've seen way.
No, and I'm just impressed because I think everybody's been making the joke that everybody just forgot how to behave in public after COVID and everything.
I think we started to remember, and I feel like I feel like a lot of people are. I haven't been to a movie yet where a dude just kicked back his chair and took his fucking shoes off next to me.
Nobody's on their phone. Nobody's taking phone calls. Nobody's fighting. I feel like everybody's been very courteous.
I think everybody's going to the movies to fucking watch the movie. They went there for a reason. And plus, like, going to the movies now is not cheap.
No.
So I feel like everybody that goes to the movies now is like, I'm here to fucking watch this,
Even, I think there was, like a group of teenagers that came into our showing, and that was fine. What was your Deadpool Wolverine showing okay? Those are always the ones that I'm like, ugh. Because my Spider-Man fucking flashbacks are going off.
apart from the group that I was with.
Sure. I meant the other people.
Yes.
Everybody was chill?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The dude sitting next to me was a little annoying because every time Ryan Reynolds opened his mouth,
It was gold. It was gold to him.
It was the funniest fucking thing. He was reading the songs that were in the movie at the end credits and laughing his ass off to each title. Like he's never heard of these songs before.
Like they wrote them exclusively.
And obviously these are jokes. Like, fucking Spice Girls. You know, and I'm like, why are you laughing about that? You know, like seriously, at one point, Ryan Reynolds just opens the door and is like, oh, hi. And he started dying, dude. I'm like, that's not the punchline. Yes, his face is funny.
I was going to say, do people forget that that's just kind of how, like, go back and watch Waiting. That's kind of just how the guy delivers lines.
No,
man.
It was funny as hell.
He's not acting too much.
I saw somebody post something the other day where they were like, Ryan Reynolds being Deadpool in Blade Trinity. And I'm like, no, that's just Ryan Reynolds. Yeah. Ryan Reynolds is great at being Ryan Reynolds in every Ryan Reynolds movie.
I'm going to go and watch. I love that neither of us have watched fucking Oppenheimer, but just like, I'm going to watch that and be like, total Iron Man. He's just pulling Iron Man in the Nolan film.
Right. Yeah, dude. Oh, that's so Peaky Blinders of him.
Speaking of which, no, we'll be back next time for endless nerd talk. But this episode is about cinema.
Yes, we were talking real films about tornadoes. Chasing down people and killing their dads.
Serial killers and Satan the devil. Just kind of been a great time.
It's been, I'm loving being in the theater, dude. And I know we were kind of down on the theater for a long while there.
For sure.
I still really like sitting on my couch watching a movie.
Of course. You can pause it.
Yeah. You
can crank up the audio. You can turn on subtitles if you want to. And I understand that you could get the little subtitle thing that goes in your, if you wanted to get it at the movies, they have them available. But you don't miss anything. And I really,
but it feels
when Longlegs
like,
comes out, I think we should get up here and watch it again, get that surround going, get a quiet, dark environment.
Why are you doing? No, we're not going to do that, man.
I want to live it.
I need a minute, dude. And by a minute, I mean like maybe a year or two. Like that movie fucked me up.
Dude. I made the joke.
I got the heebies and also the jeebies, dude.
I got the bad heebie-jeebies.
No, you told me.
Dude, speaking of which, the very next day, we had that crazy thunderstorm.
Yeah.
And I was like, the Twister. It started like, hey, was it hailing?
It hailed for a second. It hailed like for a quick second.
And wind and hail for a minute. And I'm like, I don't understand how it hails when it's 95 degrees out, but I'm not a meteorologist.
Weather be weird, dog. Fucking New York had a tornado.
Glenn Powell. Let's talk about him for a minute.
Oh yeah, let's talk about Glenn Powell, man, my favorite actor.
So I don't understand. You don't seem to be alone on this one.
No shit, really? I thought I was by myself.
I wonder. I feel like I almost said Gerard Butler. The dude from Dune, the played Elvis.
Timothy Chalamet. Yes.
Holy shit. I had him in my brain, and now it was also in the new Apple TV. I talked about it a bit on the podcast. Fuck.
Yeah, the fucking Austin Butler.
Austin Butler. I feel like he's been being pushed on us.
I think
especially after the Elvis thing.
Push. I think it's a double push.
And Glenn Powell, it just seems like the age, that Hollywood age, is coming back a little bit, and they're just like, handsome man. You put him with a pretty lady, and he does a good job.
Right. We went through our Michael Cera, Jay Baruchel, Seth Rogen phase, and now we're back to fucking
no, I agree, because like with Timothy Chalamet and like with Austin Butler and stuff, I'm just kind of like, they're pushing, like, they're not the typical, they're not classically handsome dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm just like, I kind of find it somewhat refreshing that they're just like, there he is, dude. Look at that guy. That's a fucking star. And like, I guess people feel like that's being pushed on them. And I'm just kind of like, I don't know, man. Look at him.
That's funny. I don't.
That guy.
I don't really feel like I'm being forced to watch Glenn Powell. I don't even know why I don't fucking like him, man.
All right. Because you're jealous. I think I said that in the theater.
You said that.
I said, you're the most jealous dude I've ever seen.
Dude, the movie just started and he was like, hey! And I was like, and I went like, ugh.
It's amazing. It's like everybody turning against Chris Pratt. I'm just like,
oh yeah, everyone hates Chris Pratt. They did it to Jennifer Lawrence. They did it to Anne Hathaway. They did it. Oh, there's another dude. They did Ryan Gosling is Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan
people have turned against Ryan Reynolds all of a sudden. I mean, in much smaller pockets, but it's building.
He's had a shtick going.
Ryan Gosling could fucking oh god, he's having his day in the sun.
He can do no wrong. From Notebook till now, I don't think anybody's talked any shit about him.
No, not really, dude. But it's gotta come, dude. It's gotta come.
It could. I don't know. I'm just
everybody turned on Brad Pitt. You know, I mean, even before the whole Angelina Jolie.
I'm like, I get it, dude. He was in Top Gun Maverick. It was like one of the bigger blockbusters.
Dude, I thought he was great in that movie.
Came out of after COVID. It was one of the bigger blockbuster movies. He played his part just fine. I guess he's a little bit of a Tom Cruise protege. I think that. I read a headline. I didn't read the article.
He's gonna be in the reshoots of Mission Impossible.
But that Tom Cruise went to the like a private screening or one of early screening of Twisters, and just sat there like cackling, laughing the entire time. And I was like, I'm even more pumped for it. But now after watching it, I'm like, what? That's weird.
That fucking Tom Cruise laugh.
I'm like, that's kind of weird. But like. He did that other World War II movie after it was a pilot, I think, again. And I don't think anybody ever even saw that.
I wanted to watch that. I didn't see it, though.
Then he was in Hitman and that Sydney Sweeney movie. So I think it's just that they've seen a lot of him. But, like, I don't think it was necessary. It's all a bunch of different directors and studios and stuff. It's like the guy's eating, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, no. And like,
and those are straight to Netflix and dude, and
I was going to say, dude, that's what, 5 movies, 4 movies?
Yeah.
And fucking Top Gun Maverick came out 2 years ago, a year ago?
Yeah, it's been a while, yeah.
Fucking, how many Ryan Gosling movies have we got in that time frame? Like a fucking, like, I mean, and fucking Ryan Gosling can do no wrong. He's right there, dude. We're looking at him right now in all his glory.
Yeah, I don't know. They put him in that Sydney Sweeney movie. No. They put him in in Hitman, that Linklater movie with Morbius's girlfriend, and then this. And I'm just like, I don't know. You put him with a pretty lady, and he's just like, I'm cool, and they typically smooch.
Dude, fucking dad, and they had good on-screen chemistry. I like the two of them together. Yeah, no, dude, I don't know.
Her accent was a little rough.
Oh, her accent was up and down, dude. But like, fucking whatever.
But it's better than Americans do British accents. Like British doing American, it's like that didn't sound so.
Yeah, no, dude,
great.
I'll take this over Winona Ryder and Keanu Reeves trying to be British all day. Even though that gave me the best line, the Boston sleeps. Fairfax Abbey.
Yeah, what about, fucking Keanu? You know what I mean?
And
he's gonna be fucking Shadow the Hedgehog.
I can't believe that's happening, dude. The one thing that has made me the most excited for that dumb fucking movie is
I pray nothing goes wrong. Outside of them being out of Twisted Tea, fucking Twisters was one of my event movie going. Because like I said, we don't always go to the bar.
He had a whole plan for this.
We don't always go to the bar. Most times we just go and watch the fucking movie, like especially with the prices and whatever else. But this was like an event movie for me, and it fucking paid off. My last 2 have been Sonic movies because I'm a weird Sonic guy, not like the weirdos on the internet.
Oh,
Sonic
no,
guy.
You are a fucking man in his 30s.
Yeah.
With a truly
that owned a Sega,
I'm not trying to fucking
Sega Genesis,
that owned a Sega Genesis and still has like a fucking genuine childlike love for fucking Sonic the Hedgehog.
He's cool.
And honestly, dude, I think it's fucking hilarious.
Got tood,
He's got a tood, man, and that was all
he
the
does
Sega.
What Nintendo don't.
Yeah, word, dude. Yeah. No, dude, we were going to wear the stupid fucking Sonic onesies and eat chili dogs through the whole fucking movie. Yep. That was the whole fucking plan. Both times. Mysterious illness, having a child, being sleep deprived, and buying the wrong tickets. So
this one played out for
me.
me.
And then getting wildly drunk in the lobby.
Because what am I supposed to do? I was just like, oh shit, we'll do this a different day, but I'm double fisting beers and I can't go out the front doors.
Yeah.
I should have just chugged him like a boss. I should have just chugged him like a boss.
You were so mad.
Dude. Cinemark, man. Fuck. Dude, they have a monopoly in our area. It is. They definitely do. It is unfortunate.
They definitely do. Actually, AMC kind of does because they own the only other theater.
Yeah. So hopefully Sonic 3 goes my way. But back to my point. I'm pro that guy. I'm just like, he's a movie star. Glenn Powell. Talking about Glenn Powell.
No. Is Cinemark at the mall?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. I thought that was still in AMC. All right, never mind.
We have no
Cinemark.
AMC. That one's out of business.
That is Cinemark. Yeah.
And there is one other smaller theater that is just terrible to go to.
It's bad. It sucks because it's nice there.
Used to be the only one that had a bar.
Yeah.
But now it's not.
Nope.
So fuck them.
And the other one is 5 minutes away.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So.
No, man. Glenn Powell bugs the shit out of me for some reason. I don't buy him, if you know what I mean. I loved him in Top Gun. And then everything he's been in since, I'm just like, man, what are you looking at? You know, like, with this stupid fucking smile.
You're
Fuck you,
genuinely a hater.
I don't get it, though.
But you know what?
Because he just makes me mad. But I'm not out there being like, oh, they're forcing him upon me. Don't watch the fucking movie then, dude. Oh, my God. Nah, man, let him have his fucking day, dude. Jesus Christ. The man's making money.
Yeah.
He's doing a job, and he does it good. He does it perfectly fine for what they put him in.
I agree.
It's not like he's, fucking...
I agree. I don't know if you put him in like fucking Minority Report.
That's what I was gonna say, dude.
Like,
honestly, I was gonna say it's not like he's doing Shakespeare, or something like that. Fucking...
Yeah, I'm trying to put him in like, since he seems to be a little bit of a Tom Cruise protege.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
look at that guy's career, but look at his early career.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
Glenn Powell has that range because he's always gonna be like I don't know.
He's always going to be man.
We'll see. I will follow his career with great interest. Let's say that.
We'll follow your career with great interest. Fucking. That's my Palpatine. Not Papa Palpy.
No, not Papa Palpatine.
But
Senator Palpatine.
Senator.
Yeah.
Palpy.
Oh boy. Well, that's shit. That's all we got. This might be a little bit of a quick one, but you know, to the point. Cinema. Good movies. You should go watch them. Fuck. You have anything else to add?
Oh, Batman the Cape Crusader. It's on Amazon Prime. 10 episodes long. If you were a fan at all of Batman the animated series, and you're a big boy now, it's a great bit of nostalgia mixed with good storytelling. One thing that I'm going to point out is Ed Brubaker is an executive producer on it, and he is known with his Batman work for doing Gotham Central, the comic, which focused solely on the Gotham Police Department. And that influence is very heavy in the show, and you spend a lot of time with Barbara Gordon and Jim Gordon and the cops and the DA and dealing with cases.
Benji McKenzie.
No. No.
He played Gordon, right?
In Gotham. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Cameron Monaghan played the Joker.
I'm going to punch you so hard, dude.
Cal Kestis.
Anyway, it's a very good show. I'm just happy that Ed Brubaker's getting kind of...
I'm not allowed to fucking talk about the shows. Who's doing the voice of Batman?
I'm not even going to tell you anymore. No, I can't remember the guy. Hamish something. He's
doing
a British
good job?
Dude,
because I'm sure everybody's talking about fucking... Because I think even when Suicide Squad came out, it was still...
Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy.
The last thing he did.
Yeah, the last thing he did, yeah.
Oh, no, I think the last thing he did was the Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 2.
One of the last things he did, yeah.
I don't know for sure. I don't know what the timeline is on all that. He does a very good job. The one complaint I have is I think he's really shooting for that Kevin Conroy style of tone.
Mm-hmm.
And he does a very good job but it also it's one thing where I'm just like, it's kind of Kevin, but it's not Kevin. You should have done something different.
Sure.
Because you got really good voice actors like Jeremy Sisto did awesome in New Frontier. Jensen Ackles has been voicing him in a lot of stuff recently, and he did the voice of Jason Todd in Red Hood. He was great in both of those things. He's doing fine as Batman. He's not one of my favorites, but he does a decent job. Bruce Greenwood did a fantastic job as Batman for a very long time. And this guy's really good. It's just he's definitely going for a thing, and he kind of gets there, but there's a familiarity there that's it's kind of like, yeah, I've heard this before, and this isn't quite it, you know?
Is it like the Troy Baker trying to do the Joker?
Oh, no, actually, dude, I really like Troy Baker as the Joker in Arkham Origins.
Was he trying to do Mark Hamill, or did he do his own thing? Because I had always heard he was trying to do the Hamill thing.
Everybody says...
But Troy did a better job than this.
No, I think Troy obviously was influenced by Mark Hamill. He doesn't sound like Mark Hamill. He sounds like a Joker.
Okay.
I think he does a better job than I think John DiMaggio did it. The guy who did
he a better job than Zach Galifianakis?
Nobody does a better job than Zach Galifianakis.
Boom. That's what
Zach Galifianakis. Dude,
that's what I wanted to hear. That's what I wanted to hear.
Honestly, Zach Galifianakis as the Joker in the Lego movie is one of my favorite Jokers. He does a better job than John DiMaggio did in Red Hood, because the problem with John DiMaggio is like he's just so synonymous with Bender. That any time Joker's voice hits a certain range, you're just like Bender. That's especially since Joker's such a sarcastic, jokey character.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You get that voice, and you're just like, this is just fucking Bender, you know. And so that sucks, and that's not his fault. But I do like the Joker in that movie.
Is this a one-off, or are they planning on making another one?
No, as far as I know, they are going to make another season.
So is this something that you might want to explore? I have suddenly found myself being a Batman fan, as we talked about after The Batman. Is this something that I should watch, or do I need to be familiar with?
I sent you a text the other day.
You did.
I worded it just like you worded your X-Men 97 fucking message to me, where I was like, that Cape Crusader, it fucks.
It fucks. Okay.
No, it's good. It's an alternate reality, so you're getting some character changes, some origin stories of characters before you get other characters. Season finale is really good. Like I said, it pulls a lot from like Gotham Central, which was one of my favorite comics for a long time.
Well, maybe I'll give it a watch, and we can dive deeper into it. And
if you want to, dude. I was just throwing a recommend out.
We can talk about it as well. The second season of Rings of Power is coming out, which I don't think we even ever talked about the first season, but I could be wrong.
I think we talked a bit about it, about the hullabaloo around it. That's coming out. Cobra Kai season 6 is out right now. We still haven't checked that out. We need to talk about that.
So maybe we'll do some more TV. We had a fun time on the last episode.
Yeah, so
sure. Maybe we'll check that out. But I just before you went too long, I'm like, okay, maybe I want to check this out.
I was mainly just putting a recommend out there, and mainly I brought up Ed Brubaker because he kind of got fucked over with Winter Soldier.
Right.
And I'm just glad that he's an executive. He's one of my favorite comic writers, and he's an executive producer on this. They obviously pulled from his stuff. It's good to see that he has a stake in it. There's great writers that are involved in the show too. Like Greg Rucka shows up. God, what's her name? Ricci. I can't fucking think of her first name. It's not Christina Ricci, who does do a voice on the show, but not, as far as I know, I don't think she's the one that, something with a J. I'm spacing on her name, but she's another writer from the comics that does an excellent job. There's a lot of comic writers that chipped in on this. They worked on it. I'll get into it when we really talk about it, but I
saw it advertised on Prime, but I haven't heard anything outside of you telling me that.
No, it's really good.
Okay.
It is really, really good. It is really, really, really good.
That's good to hear.
I really like this show.
I'm gonna check that out. I've recently through TikTok tomfoolery.
Oh yeah,
have been interested in.
I've been sending you a couple in
DC animated shit. All right, well we'll end it there. What a refreshing fucking episode.
What a good one.
It's not really in our wheelhouse to be overly positive, but fun nonetheless. And as promised, we got nice and twisted on the twisted tea.
Twisted.
Woo. You can find us on all major podcasting places, including Apple, Spotify, Amazon, etc. YouTube. We are Mighty Fish Productions on YouTube. That's where you can find Twitch VODs for the most part. Our original series, Classic Catch Up. You heard me bring it up earlier. Halloween, that's a good one to watch. Star Trek, the motion picture, are fucking the hardest we've ever worked on a thing for nobody to watch.
Yeah, that nobody's ever seen.
Twitch.tv/MightyFishTV is where you can find our Twitch streams. Those are a lot of fun. You should probably check that out if you want more of the boys. Although we have been fairly consistent, as promised, on the podcast. At Mighty Movie Pod on Twitter is where you can find out when any of these things happen, new episodes live on Twitch, etc. And that's it. We have to get an Instagram going. We fucking have to.
We got to. Yeah.
And I'm dragging my feet. Yeah. We also produce another podcast. It's called News for Losers. You can check that out on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, I believe, or Spotify. Probably go to Spotify for reasons I covered last episode. These motherfuckers, they're supposed to be shouting us out, and here I am.
As the man whose domicile they use as a recording studio, I can vouch. It's a very good podcast.
Yeah,
I enjoy listening to them record it. I think I'm actually in the last episode very briefly.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I don't want to get into that. So no, we enjoy it. We like producing it. They're on to something over there. You can go listen to that as well. News for Losers. Just search that in where you can find this podcast. All right, that's all they're getting from us. Thank you so much for listening. At Mighty Movie Pod on Twitter. Josh, get us out of here.
Check you later.
We'll get you later. Bye.